Now, wait, let's give it a second to pop up.
Andrew, good morning. Elon Musk accessing the federal payment system and taking over agencies is raising legal questions. At issue is funding already approved by Congress now on the chopping block. Overnight, sources confirming that Elon Musk has been given access to the U.S. Treasury Department's vast payment system. The move essentially puts the government's multi-trillion-dollar checkbook in the hands of the world's richest man, and his message about wasteful government spending has been clear.
Your money is being wasted, and the Department of Government Efficiency is going to fix that.
How much do you think we can rip out?
I think we can do at least $2 trillion.
The official who oversaw the federal payment system has been placed on administrative leave after he resisted giving Musk and Doge officials access to the system, which contains sensitive information about millions of Americans who receive Social Security, tax refunds, and other government payments. While Musk's team has access, it has not yet gained operational control of the system, and no government payments have been blocked. That could trigger a legal battle since the money is approved by Congress. Musk has also said he wants to get rid of the penny, noting that the 1-cent coin costs nearly 3 cents to produce.
Elon's doing a good job. He's a big cost cutter.
This weekend, Musk also taking aim at the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, which is in charge of dispensing tens of billions of dollars in foreign aid. Musk writing USAID is a criminal organization. Time for it to die.
To be clear, in shutting down which we're in the process of doing, shutting down USAID.
About 100 staffers were placed on leave after the agency refused to give Musk's team access to class.
Okay, honey, Elon Musk has purchased his way to the White House, and he is in here making changes. Now, you saw the video. Here's my question for y'all, okay? And it's particularly when it comes to USAID. Now, if for those of y'all who don't know, the USAID is a company, is an government organization that helps foreign entities. I looked the USAID up, and I actually went to ChatGPT and looked them up. They've given 11.2 billion to the Ukraine. They've given 3.3 million to Israel. They've given I think 2 point something billion to Afghanistan, Nigeria, Somalia, Ethiopia. All of them have at least received like 1 point something billion dollars. And I feel like Elon is feeling like this money is going outside of US soil. So my question for you and for the comments is Elon is citing wasteful spending. Keep the USAID. Should we be keeping the USAID, which helps other countries, or spend the funds on US soil? Kendall, I'm gonna let you take this. Well, take it first.
Well, let me say this. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, and we ain't got it. I'll be honest with you. We don't have it. I do appreciate the need abroad. I do. But before I can even get a glance at the need abroad in other countries, which are very important, I got to first walk out my house. I got to walk past my neighbor. I got to go past people on my block. I got to, you know what I mean? So it's very hard for me to fathom such a large amount of support. Especially it'd be individual support, right?
11.2 to the Ukraine. Let me get.
We cannot afford that. We cannot afford. We ain't gonna get into the conversation about how our gold don't match our dollar bills printed anymore, and how the answer to a lot of our questions is just print more money. At some point, we're gonna run out of paper, and then what do we do, really, truly, So, what I would say is, when it comes to that department, I'm sure they did a lot of good. I know they did a lot of good. And do I think it should have been closed or not? But I do know that that's a lot of money that we could be using right here at home. I know that our school system are underfunded. We got seniors losing their houses. People ain't got, 2 pennies to rub together, So I can understand. I didn't say I support. I can understand the want to keep the money. But what do we do with the money? How do we know the money gonna be used properly when we do keep
it? And that's where people are probably concerned of like us shutting it down. Now, these foreign agencies do, they are supporting, like with Israel, they were supporting security. Ukraine, they were, supporting their bout with Russia. Afghanistan, they gave money to Afghanistan when a terrorist organization was on the rise, and the organization was using the money to, now do more terrorist attacks. I want to see it on U.S. soil as well, but to think of, like, I want to see our schools more funded. I want, I live in LA where it's homeless people, every one per, millisecond. So I definitely want to see it there. Now, of course, we never have a way to track if they gonna do right with the money. We just gotta trust it, because we're in a country where, honey, we in this country, and when you in this country, we already know we take a chance on, honey, things not being done right. Things ain't been done right a lot of times, but I do want to see it on US. Wayne, what were you gonna say?
I mean, I agree, man. I agree with you and what Wade is saying. I mean, say we need that money to come back here, man. You know what I'm saying? We could put that money. I even got. Look, I got a project that I need some funding for. You know what I mean? I mean, come on now. MTA. The subway system, as you guys hear in the news. I mean, it's all out of whack. It's one of the filthiest public transportation transit systems in the world. And if we could get some of those billions and prioritize, cleanliness and making it making it more quality to ride the subway system and the transportation system, period, here in New York City.
Yeah, I'm like, why are we paying for health care? Why are we paying
Right,
for college? Why are
right,
we paying for any of this when 11.2 billion, that covers everyone health care? That covers the reparations Black people want.
right,
You talking about 11.2 billion to the Ukraine. You did the same thing with the PPP loans. PPP loans, you gave them out to people, and then you dropped it. You said, don't worry about paying us back. You went after a few people, but for the most part, everybody was forgiven. And, but Black people need reparations for the things that our ancestors have endured and have, exposed, that have made it so that there is a wealth gap. I'm like, yes, how can we, let's keep the money on US soil. Let's see what the comments had to say. The question is, when it comes Elon Musk versus USAID, citing its wasteful spending, keep it or spend the funds on US soil. Let's see what the comments had to say. First of all, let me get this out of here. If anybody has anything to say, please continue.
I,
Uh
I do want to add to my concern, like, so with Musk taking over the payment system for our country, he actually assigned a 25-year-old to write the code for the Treasury Department for the payment system, right? When I was 25 years old, I couldn't manage my little budget from my job, right? My little check, let alone the access that he's going to be given. Now, Senator Warren brought up a good point. Not only will they be behind the scenes writing codes, but they're also going to have access to people's personal information. We're talking about people's social security numbers, date of birth, anybody who get a tax return, anybody who gets a Medicare, Social Security, all that comes from the Treasury Department. Now, here's my other concern, right? Very few young people are patriots, right? Who at any point would be like, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm an American. I'm not going to allow the secrets to be sold or stolen. That's an old school. Like they were patriots. I'm talking about like the Harrison Fords and you know what I mean, Air Force One, clearing presidential, them old heads who really believed in America. Young generation. I'm a millennial. I'm 36. My generation of people after me, they not as faithful, right? None of them don't know the Pledge of Allegiance anymore, right? They all this different stuff. So I say that to say
right.
that what stops that 25-year-old from being offered something from Iran, China, North Korea, Russia, just to say, you know what? All I need you to do, you'll be set for life. You and generations you will never meet will be set for life. Just take this one USB drive and just plug it in your computer. That's all I need you to do. What stops that? So when that director said, I refuse to turn it over, he's looking at the commander in chief in the face saying, I refuse to do it. That's a patriot. That's somebody saying nah because they've been around long enough to know how dangerous it gets. The 25-year-old work for Musk, he like, I'll do it. press a couple of buttons, boom, boom, boom.
Here's the when he
Not saying that's the
mentioned
case.
when Kendall Wade mentioned the Senator Warren.
Just want to be clear about what's going on here. The system that makes sure that your granddad gets his Social Security check, the system that makes sure that your mom's doctor gets Medicare payment to cover her medical appointment, and the system that makes sure that you get the tax refund that you're owed has been taken over by Elon Musk. And every organization from your state government that uses federal money on that bridge project to the local Head Start that takes care of little kids while their mommies and daddies go to work is now at the mercy of Elon Musk. Elon just grabbed the controls of our whole payment system, demanding the power to turn it on for his friends or turn it off for anyone he doesn't like. Now, there's a second problem here. It's not just payments from the federal government that are now in Elon's control. Elon and his handful of friends now have full access to your personal and financial information that's in the system. Your payment history, your Social Security number, your bank account numbers. Elon now has the power to suck out all of that information for his own use. And there is a third problem. In order for this handful of programmers to gain access to our $6 trillion payment system, we don't know what safeguards were pulled down. Are the gates wide open now for hackers from China?
It was the same thing you were saying.
Yeah.
You know, the thing, first of all, guys, y'all don't have to worry. Elon had your information already. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Guys, if you've been logging on to Facebook, he already got it.
Right.
Okay.
If you got an
If you've been
iPhone,
over
yeah.
here, ordering Ubers, honey, he been had your information. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And half of the people, I feel like all the people who's worried about somebody getting their information ain't got no information to get, honey. He done got it. Okay. So, but it is, I like what Jamal said too, is because it's one point. Jamal said, helping others does help us. If anyone really understands how world relations work, it's a balancing act. Deatica says, I totally agree with his take. When you look at those amounts, not only affect our deficit, but what part is spent here. I think he was talking about your take. Nova said, Kendall for president, period. You say, yes, Kendall, but what will Elon do with the money? That's a concern, to me, because he doesn't even need our money because he's worth 146 billion. That's crazy that you could even be worth 146 billion.
So my question is, I always wonder, right? When somebody who's worth that much, why would you want to get a job making $150,000 a year, right? Why would you want that? What's the incentive? Because it's not the money. You got to ask yourself, I remember Louis Farrakhan was talking one time, and he said that something like that could be a wicked agenda wrapped in a noble deed. Let me help you cut down on your government spending and your excessive funding. Well, okay, yeah, who can argue with that? But then what are we going to do with the money? What type of backup and oversight and checks and balances do we have? If y'all are so on this high horse, well, we're cleaning it all out. Yeah, clean it out, but you're not talking about checks and balances. In our country, that's what separates us from other countries. Our checks and balances. They're not keeping it or maintaining any.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it too is y'all ain't been keeping it with us, period, because we're old. You know what I'm saying? We're the first checks and balances. It's like, guys, until y'all do right by us, y'all will be in turmoil because we are the Lord's people and y'all brought us here. Well, I can't even say y'all brought us here because y'all ain't bring some of us in. Some of us was already here when y'all got here, and y'all just, erase the stories, where people could understand their true history. But, it's how, it's not even the fact that there was no reparation. It's the fact that when people built a community with nothing, then you came in and you burned it down. You came in and you sunk it with water. You came in and you did so that's where you have to, you have those things you have to make right. You have to make those things right, Miss Nova said, I wanted US to be united. I wanted us to be united. I don't know if you mean US or you say US should be first. I know. See, that's me too. I'm with, like, let's get the money, let's get the homeless people off the street. Like, we could have a whole homeless building, because homeless
Right.
people need their own quarters. They can't come in here and stay in here,
Right.
because they'll just bring the tents and the bed bugs, all that over
All
here
of
in
that.
this apartment building.
Yeah, let them
But if
stay.
you build a
Yeah,
whole building
a
over
homeless
here, these
community,
3 buildings, y'all take, y'all have that, y'all go inside, y'all do whatever y'all want to. You know what I'm saying?
a
That,
project for homelessness. Yeah.
to me, that makes more sense. You spend the money like that. There's also, there's single mothers, there's kids, there's so many things. Jamal said it's a huge national security
I
issue.
agree. I agree.
Excuse me, y'all. Kay said, speak. You said it's a huge national security issue. Kay, you sound like an 18 talking about, Lord, no. Um, very huge, Jamal. Non-qualified, non-vetted, you know, what I can't say. Pink Beauty said he can start by swiping minds like a clean swiping her. Elon is hiring 20-year-olds from Twitter. Now, 20-year-olds being hired everywhere, like, they are the tech gurus. So I'm not even worried about the 20-year-olds, but I am worried about the arrogance of the administration. I like some of the things that they're doing, but it just feels like there's an arrogance, and whenever pride is there, it goes before a fall, and I just feel like these people, you forgot that God is on the throne. And that's what I haven't forgotten, that God is always on the throne. So no matter who's in office, excuse me. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. I think I personally think that's a great idea. What they're doing, because I see that they're trying to progress the system into a more efficient, um, technologically advanced era. And a lot of these government agencies, even down to the local state and city agencies, they're very far behind the curve. You know what I'm saying? As far as their system, you
Mm-hmm.
got young 12, even younger than that, 8-year olds who are more tech savvy and used to, finding information and gathering information than a government agency, or a city agency. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? It's like it's so primitive, man. When you go and you actually apply and you get into the system and you work for, you like, yo, I can't work here. You guys are still running on Windows 95.
Yeah.
And Windows 95 is mean you just wait, y'all not running at all if you
Yeah,
got Windows
you
95.
see.
You said my community still has not gotten their money. I would need 80 acres and 2 mules. It's interest applied now. Listen, okay. And those 2 mules, what I mean by that is a Benz and some kind of Cadillac Escalade. Okay, those are the only kind of mules I want these days. You said Dell got Dell got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Um, yes. The thing about it too is Elon did say America is gonna suffer. See, that's where we worry about, that's what we worry about you at is, when you're saying things like America's gonna suffer, it's a criminal organization. We just don't know your motive, because where have you been all this time? Like 146 billion, like you could do so many good things for the community, and we haven't seen you until Trump needed your money to win. You know what I'm saying?
Let me throw this in there about Elon, right? So I don't know what's the World Hunger Organization. They came to him and they said, "Hey, we did the numbers. You got enough money to end world hunger." And they said in a very arrogant way, he sat back eating his sandwich in his chair, and he said, "If you all can show me exactly where my money will go, I'll do it." They couldn't show him. He said, "I'm not padding no pockets, no salaries. I'm not. My money ain't gonna go missing." He said, "If you can show me where my money gonna go, I'll do it." Right. So now, would he really have done it if they showed him a breakdown, itemized list of exactly what the money is? I don't know. But what I will tell you is, in their efforts to make it more efficient, Brother Wayne, they're scaring people so much that people are more worried about trying to keep their jobs than doing their jobs. And that's a dangerous place to be.
Wait, hold on. Well, the World Hunger Organization, you must not be interested in ending it. If he said you could show me a breakdown, honey, every business, every loan, anybody you asking for money is gonna need a line item list of what you're gonna use. I got a loan from someone and they needed a line item list of what I was gonna use the money for. So I mean, if he was saying that he was going to end it, if you could show him the list and y'all didn't show him the list, then y'all didn't have no integrity if y'all didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
think
how the
I,
story went.
I agree, and I think a part of it is in some of these like remote places where it is heavily ruled by like gangs and like those rogue military persons. Sometimes you gotta grease some of their pockets to get in there to feed their people. You know what I mean? And so another one of his points was that he didn't want people like that to get paid. He didn't want to negotiate with them kind of people. So, but that's again a part of it, the diplomacy of trying to fix issues in different pockets, right?
Your mama is in the comments. She said, D, we always go past the hour. Yes, we do, y'all.
Right.
First of all, guys, because we be talking up a storm. I'm really not a political person, but what I really appreciate is, me having a show where y'all give me the topics and I have to go research